Hey guys, what's up? Aaron from Silversmith Productions. And today's our first episode of Homegrown Music. And today's first interview is with the band Matching Sox. And we filmed this during COVID-19 in our self-isolation. So, pardon the imperfections of the video quality and audio quality. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, follow us on our social medias, and you have a wonderful day.
So how's everybody's quarantine going?
It's giving me a lot to work with, I guess.
I still got to work.
Well, you're keeping busy then.
Yeah.
If you can call this busy.
Okay.
So how are you guys dealing with it?
I've honestly just been, I'm a drummer, obviously, but I own a bass and I own guitars, so I've just been playing the crap out of them. Just treating it as, practice time.
I just been, practicing a lot, honestly, because I'm off work. My work's non-essential.
Yeah, same here. I'm off work, so just kind of doing what I'm doing. Cooking and cleaning and practicing my instruments. Today's my 27th day of quarantine, I think.
Jesus.
Yep, that's since the last day that I worked and the last day that I was out doing anything in public besides grocery shopping once or twice.
So how has it affected the music between you two?
Well, it's definitely put a stop as far as getting this EP out to people and getting it, finished. I mean, we're right kind of at the edge of finishing it, and it does put a bit of a damper on that right now, for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, just content in general, just doing videos, that was another tricky one because you can't get together really much or anything like that. So yeah, doing videos and then just content in general, it's kind of a bummer. You almost have to think outside the box right now.
Definitely try and get some kind of video done at a distance. I'm doing stuff at my house, you're doing stuff at your house, and somehow get that to work.
Yeah.
But it's definitely put a rock in the middle of our routine there. That's for sure.
How are your fans reacting to this, out of curiosity?
I think we keep in contact in a comment section kind of basis. We're still getting videos out to them currently every week, so I think they're still kind of happy. But I think they're liking the video we shot outside as well. That was pretty good.
Then honestly, I don't know. I think they just everyone's kind of in the same boat, so I don't think people are really mad about maybe less content or really for anyone but honestly I think just a lot of people are doing the live streaming and that's really gotten big now, so you never know if that's gonna at the end of this quarantine thing live streams and kind of more online content's gonna be a lot more important to people because there's a lot of bands that you've never really seen them do any live streams or anything like that, and then they're posting live streams literally every other week of them jamming or just a solo or something like that, and
just kind of forcing them to connect with their fans and connect with the audience outside, which is good. It really is good.
Well, what kind of instruments do you guys play for the band, and what instruments do you play when you're not with the band per se, kind of thing? Just out of curiosity's sake.
Well, in the band, I definitely play drums, but and I do a little bit of the backup vocals. I mean, I don't think I can sing very well, but Sam's got forced me onto the mic there and kind of put me outside my comfort zone, which is a good thing, and it's kind of important for progress.
All right, cool.
I mean, I'd like to change that up a little bit. Maybe give Sam a turn on the drums for a song and take something else, but we'll see where that goes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I do bass and then lead vocals, but as Jaden was saying, we both play a lot of different instruments, so we always want to change it up and like that. That's always been kind of a thing we've wanted to do in the future is change it up, where I'm on drums for a bit and then Jaden's doing bass, so or whatever, and then one song we're doing guitar and I'm doing bass, kind of a different dynamic kind of song. So
all right.
Yeah, I would say that outside of that, I do try to stick to drums mostly. That is my number one passion instrument for sure.
Okay. Well, speaking of music passions, where would you say that this passion that you guys have for music came from exactly?
It kind of started just before high school. Didn't really drum, but I loved to like tap on stuff, and I was always coming up with beats, tapping on like the railing by my stairs, and my mom was getting so annoyed all the time. She's like, you need to be a drummer, like you need to get that. We eventually figured out a situation to get me a drum set. I had a drum set in the house, and like, man, I was playing that 5-6 hours a day. It was crazy, and I didn't really have like any kind of inspiration except music. I listened to a lot of music. And then I got into high school playing, and I was playing with like jazz bands. I was playing with concert bands. I was playing with dynamic groups, kind of like in the town there. So it was just like something that kind of exploded out of kind of 15, 16 years old.
I originally started on drums. Yeah, like that was my original instrument. Yeah, I was a drummer. I got my first drum set when I was like 10 or 11 years old. Played drums for about like 5 years, just drums, and then like when I was probably like 15, so yeah, maybe 4 years then. I was about 15, 16. I got into like bass and guitar and like that. And like honestly, the main reason why I got into like bass and guitar was really I just I wasn't that good at drums. Like I just wasn't that good. And honestly, like in the music world, I find with drummers, it's like, you can be like kind of all right at guitar, kind of all right at bass and get away with it. But like drums, it's like, that's the thing that like really like dynamically like changes a band from like professional to just kind of like an average, like kind of garage band. Like you need good drums, tight drums.
Yeah, it's like there's a quote that kind of stuck with me. I don't remember it like word for word, but it was a great band with a bad drummer is still a bad band, but a bad band with a great drummer will make a great band, or something along those lines. And I just kind of like kept that as momentum to always like, even if I'm working with people who are not that great on their instrument, just like keep the dynamics locked in the whole time, and you're gonna see progress.
When you guys got the band started, a lot of people talk about sort of inspirations for the music that you guys create. Could you maybe explain what may have been some of the inspirations for any particular of your musics, or even some of the songs that you'd like?
I would say maybe not like a direct inspiration, but I think as far as like kind of bringing the dynamics up and heavy hitting, Royal Blood was somebody who kind of helped me out with that, and just getting the dynamics and kind of locking in the drums to whatever the bass player is playing, and realizing that for that type of dynamic duo to work, you have to kind of play the exact same thing, and you have to make sure every transition you're playing the same notes he is, right? If he's descending down a scale, like you're descending down the toms with him, right? Same sort of thing. But then on top of that, like maybe not in any of Sam's influence here, but coming out of MIA, I really enjoyed all the two-piece bands that were playing in there. Like I watched Crown Lands play live and in a house show, and that was like insane. The amount of energy bursting in that house was like, I'm like, I want to do that. I need to do that right there.
I'd say the main influence I would say in the songwriting would be like kind of like 90s rock kind of styles, like stuff like Weezer, another good one, like even just like even like early 2000 stuff like Simple Plan, Sum 41, like that kind of stuff, like that, like kind of like pop punk alternative rock, but like the classic version of it, not like the new stuff where it's a lot more like heavier and a lot more like dynamic and a lot more just like crazy guitar stuff. It's more just like back to the basics of that, like late 90s early 2000s, just like like four on the floor, like just heavy hitting, like bass and drums.
Yeah, easy listening.
Well, like honestly, when it comes to like playing music, like we don't really like play that many like shows and stuff that much anymore. It's mostly based around, I'd say, like recording and then like doing videos and stuff, and then also just doing like music reviews and like vlogs and blogs and stuff like that. And then so my girlfriend Steph helps out a lot as well with she's basically in charge of mostly the like the main thing she does is the graphics. So all the like kind of like monkey logos, all the like photography, all that kind of stuff is done.
Your sweater.
Steph. Merch as well is done through Steph. That's her main thing. And then also she helps out with the videos as well. Like I'd say I'm like the video editor guy, just because like I got Final Cut. I got, I like also video editing. It's a fun hobby I have. Yeah. So, but like, and then the videos is like when everyone kind of collaborates and we all come up with like ideas, and like I'd say like every video is a different idea from someone.
So it's a collaborative effort, like you guys said, pretty much, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, a lot of the videos are a collaborative effort for sure between the three of us.
All right, cool. A lot of people, whenever they have a band, they want a particular image with their thing. Do you guys think you have a particular image for your stuff?
I wouldn't really say we have a particular image, and if we do, I don't know about it yet.
All right.
I think if I want any kind of image for what we do, is to just promote stuff that's local and promote the people who need help promoting. And if that's any kind of image that I can try and kind of project, that's what I want.
Okay.
Yeah, like community, kind of like everyone just oriented, like kind of just like helping out like the local community. And then also I guess the kind of like YouTuber kind of like vibe, I guess, too, because, doing fun challenges and stuff, like gives that kind of like
yeah, well, do that too. Check out our last challenge there with the sour candies. That screwed me up for days there.
Speaking of local stuff, you guys, where do you guys mostly perform, out of curiosity?
Yeah, performing, we just did the one show at Norma Jean's there. Other than we did Share the Land, but not as Matching Sox.
And then you guys said like you do a lot of your stuff on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we do a new video every week on YouTube.
And it's also just like new content. Like I'm the kind of guy, like I like to just get content out there, like, and like when you're just doing music, it's kind of like, you gotta go to studio, you gotta record everything, and that could take, like 6-7 months. So like, I was just like, in between, like maybe we can do some other stuff that doesn't, take like multiple months to perfect, and it has to be perfect. And like, you have to like go through like all this whole process of recording like 1 or 2 songs, basically, when you can do a YouTube video where it's basically, come up with the idea, film it, edit it, and then it's up next week. Like, so it's just like good in-between content as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of gives your fans a little bit of an opportunity to get to know you on a more personal level than if they were just listening to your music. They can actually kind of tune in, see what you guys are like, see your personality, and all that kind of jazz. And I think that gives them a bit more of a connection and a bond with you, more of a desire to wait for your music.
Do you guys go to a studio to record, or do you like record stuff like at your homes, or what? Explain the recording to me, if you will.
Yeah, so we record, mostly at my place, I'd say. Then we also recorded at my storage unit some vocals, because we just needed a quieter place and stuff. And then, most of the recording is done, just at my place here. I have like an electric drum set that Jaden uses, and then I just put samples behind it. And then we did, for our one song that's out now, we did record those drums at Fanshawe in the Studio 2, yeah.
Studio 2, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then as far as videos go, we record all our videos at Sam's house as well. We've done a few of them at my house. One of them now. We didn't do the other one, but
whatever would be convenient, probably, right?
Yeah, whatever's convenient as well as for our hosts, making sure like they don't have to drive to the opposite side of the city just to record with us when they could come over. I live on the east or the west side of the city. So.
Yeah.
Some artists like to talk about sort of like how they sort of learned a lot of the stuff that they did for their art kind of thing. Where did you guys say you had learned your stuff, like in terms of either recording or music or anything like that,
As far as like recording arts, I guess like I've always had a bit of a passion for it. I really like the behind the scenes on music, and I kind of instead of listening to the song as a song, I would listen to the song and kind of think, okay, what's happening? What guitars are playing? How many guitars are playing? What are the drums doing? And then I got into high school, and they offered an audio production class at my high school.
Oh, sweet.
And we had like a little tiny studio with like, I think it was like an 18 input board. I don't even remember what board it is now. We ran everything on Cubase. So I learned how to use Cubase in high school. And then we had a drum set with like a studio and some mics, and like we had like an 8 input from the studio into the floor, or from the floor into the studio. So I kind of learned some of it there, and that's what changed my direction towards audio production. And then I went to Fanshawe, studied MIA at Fanshawe.
All right.
2 years of that, and learned everything there. There's wonderful professors there, teach you a lot of stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Like, I always, I don't know, I got into recording. I'd say I had a Rock Band, like, USB mic, and I connected it to my computer, and I just recorded some stuff through GarageBand on my, just my old Mac when I was, like, probably, I would say maybe 15 years old. And then, yeah, that's how I really got into recording. And then I just, like, kind of recorded a couple of demos, nothing, like, any good or anything, just, like, kind of, like, some SoundCloud stuff.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and then I recorded a bit when I was, you know, like, yeah, I recorded probably, like, I would say, like, 20 songs or whatever, like, around that. And then I got into, MIA at Fanshawe. And then that's when I kind of took it to the next level and wanted to actually, like, record professionally and get, like, actually, like, good sounding, like, real tracks, not just, like, kind of demos, like what I was doing before.
Yeah, that was a big thing, getting into MIA, kind of realizing what I thought were tracks I was doing good were really just, like, barely polished demos.
Yeah.
Compared to what they could be. And I was like, wow, like, there's so much more that I have to do to these tracks. And, like, I thought I was doing the right thing, but, like, I definitely wasn't quite. So, yeah, it's like a lot of learning in MIA for sure.
With your instruments, did you guys have to teach yourselves that, or did you have to sort of learn from something else kind of thing?
Well, like, I was taught to play drums for the most part for a while.
All right.
And then after that, I started teaching drums. I kind of found that teaching drums, especially, like, you know, sort of recently after learning drums, teaching drums to a younger audience was really nice because I was still kind of learning myself, and that forced me, like, to be, like, on my toes all the time. Then after high school, I moved to London. I started teaching in London as well. Now I teach for the Academy of Music here in London. And well, that's just fantastic. It's been, like, such a journey of learning that I think I still find that as, like, a way to learn all the time, as far as drums. And then other instruments I just pick up on my own time. I've got friends who play them, and I'll ask them for tips, or other teachers, I'll ask them for tips on how to play this, or, like, what am I doing wrong on this?
Yeah, like, I never really got any lessons or anything. I just kind of, like, just learned on my own. It was mostly just, like, tabs and stuff. So, like, yeah. So I just kind of learned with that because, like, it's not really, like, you know, it's easy to learn, and, like, it's easy to just really understand. So that's how I really got into it. And then, yeah, honestly, yeah, when I got to Fanshawe, that's when I really just started learning theory. I didn't really know any theory before that.
What would you like to see happen after all this is over?
Honestly, I would say we want to do a lot more, I'd say, like, collaborations with, like, so basically what we did is we collaborated with a local business, the Sweet Life Candy and Pop Shop. So they gave us a bunch of candies to review and, like, do challenges with and stuff like that. So I want to hopefully, like, expand out to other businesses in London and, like, you know, create more partnerships and do, like, other videos with, like, you know, other restaurants. Like, what I think that would be cool is maybe, like, you know, reach out to a restaurant and, like, if they have any, like, food challenges or anything like that, like, do it, like, you know, film it or whatever, and, like, shout them out, like, because, like, what they do is then they'll share it on their Facebook page. It just gains traction for both. Like, so.
Yeah, it's really just, like, good business for both people. So, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to get some more music out to people and kind of move into recording in a proper, like, a professional studio, or at least getting the drums done in a professional studio for the time being.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice next step to take when we kind of get out of all this. Like you said, collaborations with businesses. I'd also like to do a lot more collaborations with local artists.
Yeah, that's another one too.
Getting like, you know, kind of figuring out what they're doing, plug some of their upcoming music.
If you had to say what was your favorite music, or even if your favorite band growing up, what would you say it would be?
That is, like, the hardest question you can ask.
I'm sorry, like, I asked, honestly.
yeah. The thing is like, I probably listened to 8 hours of music a day. For me to, like, pick somebody who is, like, major in that is, like, really difficult. I'll give it over to Sam, and I'm going to think about that for a minute.
So I'd say for my favorites, probably, like, I don't know, I listened to a lot of, like, pop punk and stuff growing up. So, like, stuff like Blink-182, Sum 41, I was a big fan of. All American Rejects, so I was a big fan of them too. And then also I'd say I don't know, like heavier stuff, like some heavier stuff I used to listen to, like kind of like Falling in Reverse or like Escape the Fate, that kind of stuff too.
Hey, okay.
Listen to that a lot.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely say like I can feel some of those, like Blink 182. I listen to a lot of Green Day, Simple Plan.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of hip hop. So like Eminem, obviously, like there's like a million people out there who will say like Eminem's their favorite artist, but like it's big. But like I listen to I listen to Big and Pac, and I listen to a lot of like Tribe Called Quest. My mom was huge into old school hip hop, so I was listening to like stuff like Mambo Number 5. That's not really hip hop, but like
I like the new stuff, the new hip hop.
No, I'm not huge on the new hip hop, but like I listen to a lot of like the old like 90s hip hop. I listen to like some like Alicia Keys and like Corinne Bailey Rae, and like, which that surprises some people. They're like, whoa. I don't know. I listen to like a lot of music, man. BB King was a huge one. I love BB King. He's great.
Hey man, that's just groovy, man, and far out, they'd say.
Yeah, I love the slang that you've got here, groovy and far out and everything.
I'm the real deal, man. I always say that. I'm a modern hippie, they say. I don't know.
No, it's you don't hear many people still saying it. So.
What was playing the first show at Norma Jean's like?
It wasn't that bad because Norma's kind of had the same. So like before this, I was playing in a band, playing with the band Smack Talk Jack, and we played a couple spots around London as well there. So that really kind of broke me into playing in London, like playing the live scene in London. So when it came to like playing Norma Jean's, that wasn't too much for me, just because like I've been in Norma Jean's a lot. I've been acquainted with some of the bands who are up there playing and kind of like being with them while they're up on stage. So it's not really like wasn't too nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Norma Jean's.
No, I've played there so many times. I've literally played there probably like 20 times. Like, I swear I was playing in the band right after too.
Yeah, you were actually. You played two set lists that night.
Yeah,
our band and another band.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun though. Gavin was always a great sound guy as well, so it always sounded awesome there. Like, so it's a fun show. Yeah, for sure. Great stage too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a place that's going to be missed. I mean, I can't believe I only played one. Like, I literally only played one show at Norma's. And it was like one of the places that I hadn't played. I had played a lot of other places in London, but I hadn't played Norma's. And I was like, man, I just want to get a gig in Norma's, right? And I finally got one, and then now they're kaput. Sucks.
Yeah.
So, but it's off my little checklist, I guess.
Do you know of any bands that you maybe collaborated with or would hope to collaborate with, kind of thing?
Well, like we've kind of, I guess, collaborated a little bit in Jailbird's music video. I mean, we were kind of.
All right.
We got them coming on our channel. We were going to have them coming on our channel minus this virus. Stupid virus.
Yeah.
That Buck Knife is coming on our channel as well once all this is over. So they're a nice little heavy band. Check them out.
Minor. Yeah,
Sunray Minor was on ours as well. Yep. Yeah, you came on with Tessa. And who else did we have?
Apollo.
Oh, right, we had
Brandon
Watt. Apollo and Brandon Watt have both been on there. Man, I feel like I should know these. I feel bad that I don't.
Yeah, I also I've been doing a lot of work with Czech Hotel lately. It's a new band. McIntosh fronted. Maddie Parr, Alex Rolston, Alex Venn. Yeah, they're pretty good. I've been doing I did a blog post for them, a review of their new single, and then they want to collaborate on some videos as well too. So
nice. Yeah, I was talking with the girls at Rainfall Records too, and I think they were. I think Bailey was wanting to collaborate on something as well there. So that'll hopefully come after all this as well.
Yeah,
it'll be nice.
You mentioned something about music reviews. Could you maybe explain that?
Oh, yeah. So basically, we're starting up just like a blog on our website, and we're doing like reviews of just like local bands and just like, indie artists in general. They'll send us like tracks or EPs, and we'll review it. Right. Like a good like 1 to 2 page like review on it,
Yep.
Also give them a shout out, and then they'll share it with all their fans, and their fans can like read it. I like to try and keep it serious, but also just like entertaining and funny at the same time for like the reader. So like, yeah, it's just honestly, that's actually a new idea that we just started like just since this quarantine thing started. So like that's like the newest idea, I'd say. So pretty excited about it though.
Definitely helps us get around the lack of being able to get together and create videos.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some content kind of on our ones.
If when this is all over, out of curiosity, you guys hoping to do more sort of live stuff, or are you guys hoping to do also a lot more recording stuff for both your YouTube stuff and other platforms?
I think kind of like mentioned before, we put all the video content stuff in between the studio time and the music making.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a matter of finishing up this EP release, doing the music videos on the side at the same time, or the YouTube videos. And then once we get that out, it's just going to be planning what we put out next for music, what we're putting together for the next album or the next thing. And I don't know how much live playing there will be in the meantime. There might be a little bit kind of come the release of the EP, but I feel like it'll be a lot more focused on the videos and everything right now.
Yeah, like, cause like I played in a lot of bands before, and my the biggest mistake that I find with bands is they play like 15 like shows, like literally like go like crazy on shows, and it's like, what do you have online? Like nothing. Like, and it's just like, so it's like you're kind of playing these shows almost for no reason, I find, because it's like, what are people gonna listen to online? It's like, because like it's kind of hard to gain fans when it's like, yeah, you gotta wait 6 months though. Like, so like it's kind of like, like I'm a strong believer in get out an EP, get out an album first, then start pushing like shows and like that kind of stuff, because then you can actually talk to people if they're like, yo, you guys are sick. It's like, yo, yeah, check out our stuff on Spotify, like we actually have it there, compared to like, because like I've gone to so many local band shows, and it's like, I would say like, let's say there's 4 bands on the set on the night or whatever, it would I would say probably 2 of those bands would have 1 or 0 songs on Spotify, like just like, because they're just like either new or they're just like focusing on like gigging and stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't find it, like, you just don't gain fans if you don't have the stuff online for them to listen to. Because like, that's what people want. They want to listen to like, like when they're working out, when they're jamming, when they're hanging out, like, yeah, like live shows are awesome and all, but it's like in the end, like after you see, the same song live 3-4 times, it's like, I kind of want some new stuff, dude. Like, and like, I think that's what a lot of new bands that kind of just like, they focus on, oh, we need to get gigs, we need to play shows, we need to get gigs, we need to play live all over Ontario so people like know us and stuff. It's like, in the end, like if they can't search you up, like you're kind of like just playing a show to get paid $60-70. Like,
yeah, you can almost think of that live show like advertising, right? And if you're advertising, but you don't have a product to advertise for,
basically, yeah. Like,
what are you advertising? You gotta have
like,
something for them to go home for.
Yeah, $60-70, like basically what you'd make like in a 45-minute set. It's like, in the end, you're making your real money off of selling the EPs and like selling merch and stuff like that.
Yep.
Let's talk about the single you have out, the inspiration, like recording process, anything in regards to that.
I think it was kind of, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, Sam, I think that song sparked out of our pop assignment. Did it not? Or something out of that. We had to do a pop song, didn't we?
No, that was another song. Song. This one was basically the one that I had the riff. I just basically had that riff. That's all I had.
Yeah.
This riff. Why not? And then we kind of like made this song around it, but I didn't have any lyrics or anything. I honestly I haven't really written that many lyrics at that time. So I was like, we just had the song done. Then my like girlfriend basically like, just comes in the room, like she's like, oh, I just wrote down all these lyrics like to the song like to try out. I'm like, okay, like, so basically we tried out the lyrics and they worked. And like, yeah, like honestly we probably had that song, I would say 80% done by that end of that first practice, I'd say. Like 80-90% done. Like, but minor changes. And we released it, and I got into. We got pretty lucky. I know a lot of people, like, when it comes to like Spotify and Spotify playlists, so I submitted it to a bunch of playlists, and we got into a bunch of playlists, so we had a lot of listeners online too, and
very quickly.
Yeah, it's really cool to see, like, also like just the amount of people that just saved your song and just listen to it, you know, once in a while. Like, it's like, wow, that's sick. Like,
yeah, and the demographic. Like, I look at the demographic, I'm like, oh, we got people in Term, we got people in Sweden, we got people. It's like, wow, that's cool. Like, there's only 2 people over there, but still, like, I'm over here in London, Ontario, man, and somebody in Germany listening to my music.
Yeah, literally.
Amazing.
Yeah, man, yeah. If there be something you guys would like to say, you know, just to, a final thing that you guys would like to say, what would you have to say, pretty much?
I would say thank you guys for all the support. It means like worlds and a half to both of us, I think, or all of us, I guess, Steph included. I shouldn't have said both of us. Just to like have you guys kind of watching our content and supporting us, and, you know, please keep doing it and reach out if you guys want to collaborate, because we're around and yeah, we like collaborating.
All right.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, if you haven't checked us out before, like this is your first time, like, you know, seeing us or whatever, like, yeah, check out our YouTube channel, check out our Instagram, Facebook, check out all that stuff under Matching Sox Band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Get yourself a cowbell and kick it.
Well, I got a fever. Only one thing's going to cure it, and that is more cowbell. Give it to me, boys. Come on. Wow. Man. Where did you guys get the title for Matching Sox out of curiosity? Like, was it just a name you guys picked, or?
Well, we were kind of like digging for names. We were thinking of them. I was talking with my girlfriend, and she said mismatch socks. So I came to Sam with that. I was like, hey man, mismatch socks. And he's like, I like it, but I think it's like it's like a mouthful, right? It's like, it is a mouthful. So then we were like, what about matching socks? It's like, oh yeah, I think we didn't even like say yes at that time. I think we kind of just left it, but it was a good pondering idea.
Yeah.
We came back to it. Yeah, we came back to it, and it was like, you know, even like, yeah. And then going into like playing that Norma Jean's show, and just people kind of like reacting to the name. They're like, oh, Matching Socks, that's a cool name, right?
It's catchy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's got to stay.
Even when we played for Mike Roth in MIA, like a showcase class or whatever, yeah, like basically we just like, oh yeah, we're matching socks. It was like last minute, we're like, oh shit, we need a name. Like we couldn't like go up and like get unknowns. Like we weren't gonna be those assholes. Like so, like basically like so we're like, oh crap, we need like a name. Like okay, let's go with it. Matching Socks. Like yeah, and then like everyone like was talking to me after like Matching Socks. Like that's such a sick name. Like man, like how'd you guys come up with that genius name? Like yeah,
it just kind of happened.
Like,
They mostly do, right? All right. And maybe just out of curiosity, do you guys sell socks now?
We tried making socks merch and it didn't work. We need to we need to find a different brand of socks that like will work with like the printing, basically.
Yeah, all right, that's all it was. It was just like the type of sock just didn't work. Most people ask us about the banana. They question about the banana logo. They're like, matching socks and the banana. Like, how does that make any sense? And the monkey, and where do you get the monkey from? But like, I don't know. It's just kind of, I think that, you know, when there's like a weird scenario, you can always remember it because it's weird. Yeah. I think that's like our name. It's like there's socks and there's a monkey and bananas. The three don't go together that much, so you remember it.
It's far out, man. Far out.
Anything you guys want to talk about?
Honestly, just basically, just for like people like watching, like the final product. I don't know, like we're looking to get more collaborations with like other bands and stuff. I want to get into a lot more doing like reviews, music reviews, and then collaborations of just like videos and stuff with bands, just like kind of doing like a creative idea around their band. So like, you know, like like I was talking to Czech Hotel, they're really big into pedals and stuff. We're gonna do a game that involves guitar pedals like that, you know. I get like some kind of like folk, like I got like a folk act in. It'll be some kind of like more like, you know, acoustic-y kind of game or whatever, like some kind of like guess like, you know, like what instrument it is or whatever, and you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's the main thing I'd say. Just want to get a lot more bands just like involved and stuff, and like, you know, just reach out and see if anyone's interested in doing like any videos or getting any blog, getting any music reviews or anything from us. Like, yeah, because we're just looking to get our name out there and, you know, just help out the community and help out local musicians.
Yeah, so if you got any way that you want to help us out, or you want to, you know, contact us, do a video with us or anything, just reach out to us and we'd love to help you.